Ok. La conférence est ouverte, s'il vous plaît. It has to be, how can I say that, not very heavy, but on the contrary, different than the other conferences, open, and if it can be funny, it would be better.
So we can start. I think, you know, we should start, but not officially. I'm very sorry because beginning at 11 o'clock, and you just, we just so lucky that maestro here from 10 o'clock. We early. Quem já me Nós pusemos.
Early? You told me it was 10 o'clock.
No,
It was 11. 11. So where is Ron?
Just lucky.
But I don't know, he was not in his room.
Yes, that.
Yeah,
At 7:44, 45, I ring, nobody. 8 o'clock, nobody. 10 o'clock, nobody. I don't know where I see.
no, I just have to tell that Mr. Aznavour, he walked from hotel to our office, and when I came, he was sitting outside waiting for us.
What a shame.
That was a little bit, I will say, shame. We apologize, but we would like to welcome you as an ambassador, or Armenian ambassador to Switzerland. We used to call you His Excellency, right?
Yes, and I like
So,
it.
that's why I would like to start from you.
No, really, no. I like it.
Right. It's, I mean, this is official, and this is not a joke.
Yeah, you
So-
know, the funny thing is that I can't hold a speech. Funny, I can't. It's impossible. And each time I to the UNESCO the other day, I have to talk. And for me, it's terrible. I don't know how to do it. I have to find a joke, and I find a joke each time. Like at the UNESCO, I put my paper like this. So I went down and down and down and down, and I said, don't laugh. And I take up my glasses, and I break the mood. It was okay after that.
Okay, this is about.
But here, we already break the mood. It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. So, and you have 20 minutes to ask your questions, and then when everybody will be 11 o'clock here, we continue official part of the. I don't want to call this press conference because we feel so homey here, right? Very homey, very family. They're all friends here.
Yes,
and-
but it's the speech has to be short, not 20 minutes. That's
No.
20 minutes is everything. Okay.
I have a very short question.
Okay, the first one shoot.
Yeah.
Not
If
shoot. No.
if you still writing your songs, or
I write more and more. When I started as a tailor. I used to write for the others, and like a tailor does a suit, you know. And I stopped for approximately 50 years writing only for me. And now that I'm going to sing less, I'm going to write more, much more.
Thank you.
And I'm writing many different things. For example, short plays, you know, with songs for one person on stage, and that's going to be, well, like that I can go until 120. You see, the age. The Jewish saying, each time I remember the Jewish people that say, I wish you would live 120, and because I'm close to the Jewish community, I'm going to live that 120, and if I can, I'm going to further go.
I come, will you celebrate your 130 years
In New York.
Please come back.
Thank you.
The Caucasians, they live very, very old.
Կնամ հարցում ունեմ մեկը հայերենով հարցում։ Որ հայ կոմպոզորները կլասիկ կամ ժողովրդական ազդեցություն ունեցան ձեր երգերում վրա, ձեր ստեղծագործություններում վրա։
Вопрос от «Голоса Армении». Какие армянские композиторы, классические и современные, повлияли на ваше творчество?
Operetները գտեսնայի, Արշին Մարալան, etc. But the composers I prefer now in music are Armenian or half Armenian. I can put on top Georges Garvarens and Michel Legrand, because it's not known that Michel is Armenian through his mother.
Yeah.
from the beginning of your career, how have the themes of your music changed from the beginning until now? What are the main themes that you had then, and what are the main themes that you are now composing?
I changed more the rhythms than the way of writing the melodies. But melody for me always came second. First is the lyric, definitely.
But how have the themes changed? The ideas for the songs, how have they changed?
The theme changed because the situation changes, and because I write plenty of things of what we call in French des faits de société, fact of society. It depends what's happening in the world, what touched me, and I wrote things which have been forbidden in some countries, about homosexuality, things like that. I go very far in my writing. I do that very lightly because I don't want to shock the people. But in the other hand, I want them to realize what they see every day and they don't notice.
Monsieur Aznavour.
Yeah.
Voice of Armenians. As someone who's been involved in foreign politics of Armenia, are you optimistic that we're going to achieve a full recognition of Armenian genocide worldwide?
First of all, I'm the one who have said something which didn't please really the Armenians. I said I don't want to hear anymore the word genocide, because that pushes us back. Let the Turk find the word. They can find it, the word. That one first. In Les Nouvelles d'Arménie, which is a magazine, I wrote a long article about the fact that I don't want to hear that, and another thing, I don't want to ask territories who's going to go there. It's enormous, and since a long time, Germany doesn't ask for Alsace and Lorraine. See, if we want to be modern, it's time to abandon some things. Of course, it's painful, but anyway, we have to do it. To have the Turk with us. I always did see the Turkish people. I was with two different ambassadors of Turkey in UNESCO 3 days ago, and I asked you. I tell them the same thing. You have to help me. Helping me, you're helping you. Very important. And first, I want pas d'obstacle to the fact that I want work on Annie in Turkey, because it's our past. We have to adapt it. It's part of our culture. Loved by the Turkish people. My songs are not anymore banned on the air, so I'm taking advantage of that to say things which is going to be very important. We can't refuse what they're refusing. We have to open the door and let them come in. So I'm very optimistic.
Yeah.
Mr. Sayan!
Good morning.
Legendary Mr. Sayan!
Where have you been?
I knocked on the door 3 times.
You met!
And I told you I also it was an answer.
I called you twice. The third time I have no more battery.
That is your phone, so your phone was an answer.
No, but Sinatra was singing the song of the others, and I sing only my songs. The difference is there. I'm more a singer who sings his songs, and because of that I'm a singer. Because before that I was an actor only. But why not? Ce n'est pas une honte, au contraire, d'être comparé à Frank.
It is not a shame to be compared to Frank Sinatra.
On the contrary. So,
Mr. Aznavour, your birthday is coming soon. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to happen.
please don't talk about that. You said that.
And my question is, looking back to the past years, what memories you cherish most from your life?
Toute la mémoire avec ma famille, everything I had with my family. And of course in my work. My work is very important for me. I work a lot, every day and often at night time. Some people that they try to make money, I try to have time. That's the difference between them and me.
Okay, but if I rephrase my question, is there the most memorable day in your life?
Le plus mémorable jour de ta vie.
Le plus mémorable
Jour de ta vie.
de mes enfants, my kids, I think so.
I ask you about your grandmother.
Mes parents en Arménie,
Je dois avoir, I might have about 4 or 5 real one and 250 who pretend being my parents. That's, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy to find which one is the real one, which one is the liar, or the lover.
When you
Especially in Georgia.
C'est
Si pas tout le monde parle à la fois, j'en parle.
la dernière fois que tu les as vus.
La dernière fois, c'était en Georgie, là,
Mais
quand j'ai vu le vrai cousin. How many years? What, 2 years ago?
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
In Georgia, I found the real one.
Thank you.
And I found it because his name was not Aznavour. It was Sujian. And that was the name of my grandfather, the grandmother.
Да, Маргарита.
Два вопроса. Есть ли среди ваших родных те, кто живут сейчас в Нью-Йорке или вообще в Америке?
Have relatives in United States or in New York?
Si tu as des
You have
parents aux
relatives. Marika
États-Unis,
Merounek?
En même temps, j'entends pas.
Marika Merounek?
de la famille.
I have my daughter here, my son, and my granddaughter. That's my only family here. But it's a family I have imported, not family that apart from the kids.
И второй вопрос.
Одну секундочку.
По-прежнему ли главным персонажем ваших песен является любовь и человеческие чувства?
Is the still most important subject in your songs is love and
Yes, but
people relationships?
Funnily enough, they've always said that I wrote many songs, love songs, which is not true. I wrote songs about loving and the difficulty of loving, but not much songs saying I love you, you love me, which I think is very banal, not very important, which is important to explain where love can drive you in life. And most of the time, unhappy stories are more interesting in a song than the happy stories.
Where do your songs come from and what's the songwriting process for you?
From where it comes?
Right. Inspiration.
Inspiration, where do you find it?
From all of you. I steal what I can hear and see. A writer is that. It's not so, I don't have the imagination of Ray Bradbury, who wrote about the future. So my first reservoir is the past, and the second one is what I hear and what I can capture from everybody in the street and around me.
Ծերին հայըլալը, որքանով ազդեցություն ունեցած է ծեր կյանքին մեջ, ծեր ստեղծագործություններում վրա և ձեզի որպես individual.
Вопрос был, как на вас, как на армянина, повлияло ваше творчество?
I don't know, because
Или наоборот?
I wanted to be French since I was a kid. So mes connaissances are very much French than Armenian. I know more about the French than Armenian. For example, I do not read and write in Armenian. I can't sing the national anthem Armenian. I don't know the prayers in Armenian. I know the prayer in French. I know the French. I'm French. I'm born in Paris. all my study has been French. All the literature I love is French. So, but I haven't forgotten that my roots is Armenian. And of course, if anything I can do for my first patrie, I do it. But I pretend that above all, I'm half and half. When you go to the restaurant and you ask to have coffee with milk, once the milk in it, you can't separate the coffee from the milk. So I'm that, café crème.
Ինչու դարձակ ամբասադորը Հայաստանի Switzerland մեջ?
Почему вы приняли предложение стать послом Армении в Швейцарии?
As an image, then as a politic, which is true, and my personality can help because I can doors that it's not easy to open, even we're facing the people that we have a problem with. I can open many doors. I'm very special ambassador. I'm the only one who sings, and the only one who ever had any university or lycée, very small, who's a self-made madman. I'm the only one. That makes me different. I mean, et plus abordable dans la communauté des ambassadeurs.
Monsieur Aznavour, can you talk about these concerts that you are going to have in New York? What you are going to perform, and what does it feel like for you to be in New York?
I haven't decided yet. I can sing in many languages, and I know that, of course, here it's English, I'm French, and there is a big Spanish-speaking people community here. So there is three languages I can use, which I used to do that in Florida when we used to work there. On the other hand, when the Americans, they come to France, they sing in English. They don't want to sing in French. Liza once in a while, because they had a good professor, and that's it, you know. And so I'm going to decide that at the last moment.
Just a follow-up question. Do you feel different when you perform in New York? Is it a very different place to be for an artist, for a singer, compared to Paris or any places?
Aucun public n'est différent. There's no different public for me. The moment they have decided to come to see me, they do not come for a Frenchman or for this or that, they come for me. So I'm very secure. Before, when I was unknown, I was very like this, you know, but not anymore.
Every great person thinks about what his legacy is going to be. And you are one of the most iconic people in the world. What would you like your legacy to be, and what would you like people to think about you?
You understand that? Posterity, I don't remember. You know how many big writers or musicians have disappeared after 100, 200, 250. So it's very pretentious to believe that after my life it's going to happen things. I don't believe about that. Maybe one movie, successful or not, but I don't believe more than that. But maybe one song or two songs.
And what would they be?
Can stay. And like Charles Aznavour has said in one song, longtemps, longtemps après que le poète ont disparu, so long time after the poet have disappeared. The songs run in the street, but nobody knows who wrote it. And he's right.
Monsieur Aznavour, au début de la semaine, quand vous étiez à Paris, vous avez dit qu'un de vos rêves, c'était de donner un concert sur la place rouge. Et est-ce que c'est vraiment comme ça, et quand est-ce que ce rêve pourra se réaliser?
Bon, j'entends pas bien, on dit.
Un de tes rêves, c'est d'avoir un concert sur la place rouge. Alors elle veut savoir...
Ça dépend des Russes.
Ouais.
Ça dépend pas de moi.
Ah d'accord, mais c'est comment, c'est votre rêve?
Mais c'est mon rêve aussi, l'Acropole en Grèce.
Uh-huh.
C'est mon rêve aussi, les pyramides, devant les pyramides, en Égypte. On a failli le faire, mais ils ont eu leur révolution. Mais je crois que ça sera plus facile l'Acropole et les pyramides que la place rouge.
Вопрос Саши был о том, что вы когда-то сказали о том, что у вас есть мечта, я не говорю по-французски, о том, что у вас есть мечта выступить на Красной площади в Москве, и господин Азнавур ответил на этот вопрос, что мечта осталась, так же, как и мечта спеть в египетских пирамид, спеть в греческом Колизее. Кстати, насколько я понял, что как раз после революции в Египте помешала тому, чтобы концерт состоялся в Египте, но он состоится.
Il ne sera pas contre, surtout qu'on demandera au président Medvedev de m'aider. Comme ça, on peut réussir à le faire.
One of the cherished dreams, an answer was it's up to Russian government. But in addition to Red Square, there is a couple of places in the world that Mr. Aznavour would like to perform, including the Greece, the Colosseum, and the Egyptians.
Gypsy Russian songs.
One.
One.
The man who wrote the song was Armenian, the music. It was Sasha Makarov. Sasha Makarov is not folklore. The song has been written during the time the Russians were in Paris, at the beginning of that century. That was part of the repertoire of my father. I stole it from my father, but I changed the lyric totally, apart from one part. 2 lines and the chorus. It's a beautiful music.
Will you perform this in New York?
C'est une chanson incontournable. Comment dit-on incontournable en
You
anglais?
can go around without singing that song.
It's impossible to do not sing it here.
What do you remember from the time when you did a tour with Edith Piaf in 1946 in the US?
Et nous avons chanté dans une boîte de nuit. 46, oui.
He didn't do a tour in 46
It wasn't
in
tour.
the States. He only came to the States
We find
and
a
did
contract
only
with
one concert.
Cafe Society downtown for 1 week, and finally it ended up 4 weeks or 5 weeks, I think, because Barney Josephson, which was the owner of the place downtown, he used to have very special artists coming. It was the first club, I believe, who had white and black singers. And we were white too, but we were French. But I was not alone, it was a team.
В 1946 году это было выступление в клубе.
It says that this concert here in New York is a farewell tour. Can you please explain us what farewell means? Are you planning on retiring?
Every day is a farewell tour. Because the farewell tour is always the best. You give the best of yourself because it's the last one, you know. But that was the idea of journalists who decided to say that it was a farewell tour because he was fed up with me. He didn't succeed. I'm still here.
Can you talk a little bit about your experience as an actor and how being on the film set was different for you from being on stage?
Comme tu es dans un film en tant qu'acteur ou sur la scène comme tu chantes.
Yeah, there's no difference.
When you're on a film set and you're in front of the camera, and it's a little bit different than being on stage in front of people, can you just share some memories of your film career?
The camera is the public.
That's
yeah. So in my mind, it's exactly the same thing. I have to imagine that there is plenty of people there, even though maybe the movie is going to be a flop. But anyway, they are there.
Party, please.
You have sung in Lebanon. Vous avez chanté au Liban plusieurs fois.
Au Liban?
Oui. You're singing at Byblos, the city which created the Bible.
Yeah.
Did it affect on your Christianity, or what do you think of the people there?
On stage, I'm just a singer. On stage, I'm Jewish, I'm Muslim, I'm Christian, I'm everything. I'm black, I'm yellow, I'm white, I'm rich, I'm poor. This is it, you know. I don't believe. For example, we have the votes in France. I'm not vote. I don't give any advice to anybody. I do what I have to do, and it's a secret. I don't like those who try to influence you with their opinion, which is maybe good, can be very bad too, you know. And more you are popular, more known, more you cannot help the country. That's it.
Thank you.
One of the greatest influences of your life has been Edith Piaf. Can you just...
The first is Charles Aznavour.
Okay.
The first influence. The second is Chevalier. The third is Piaf. I'm saying normalement, numéro 1, arrivée numéro 1, arrivée numéro 2, arrivée numéro 3.
But can you just give some of your most remarkable remembrances of working with Piaf, who is such an iconic figure like yourself?
Tu peux donner avec Piaf la mémoire de ce que tu as ressenti avec elle.
Piaf, c'était une amie, un complice et une artiste à travers laquelle on pouvait apprendre son métier. Trois choses importantes. She was my friend, complice, comme on dit complice, and watching, because I used to do taking care of the light, of the mic, etc. Watching her working every night, I learned plenty. I didn't need to have an advice. I had to find it myself.
Պարոն Ազնավուր, եթե անակնլար, որ Փարիզի մեջ չապրեիք, ուրիշ աշխարհի որ քաղաքներում մեջ կուզենայիք ապրել ձեր կյանքը։
Если бы вы не жили в Париже, в каком городе в мире вы хотели бы жить?
Bruxelles, New York, Milan. C'est ça, hein?
Voilà. Yerevan.
Voch. Yerevan, ça n'est pas mon pays. It's not my country. It's the country of my roots. It's not my country. It's nothing that I have learned as a child. I learned the way the Armenians are behaving, but I was not an Armenian in the street of Paris. I was a Frenchman, French little boy. And of course, it will be easy to say, no, Mama is Armenian. I hate to lie. The first time I was in Armenia, I remember I said to the people who came, happy you're back. I said, I'm not back. First time I'm here, and I'm French. They were not happy. They took the habit now. I do one thing which is, you're going to find out. I say the truth on stage. I say things on stage that nobody has done before. Never. In my songs there are things, when I say, I talk about the prostate and the liver in bad shape and things like that. Nobody has done that before. I talk about homosexuality. Nobody has done that before. I'm sure that we have to say the truth on stage. And now I say another thing because I can't remember everything. I said to the public, well, I have a prompter. I say, other artists have it, but I'm the only one who said it. And they are very happy to find out somebody in front of them who says the truth. The public is the family. The family has the right to know the truth through the artists.
Մենք շատ երջանիկ ենք, որ դուք հայ եք։
What do you think about changes in that part of the world? And when you look at Armenia today, do you like this independent country?
Oui, j'aime bien l'Arménie qui bouge. I like Armenia moving, going ahead. I like Armenia, friends of Russia. We need people like that. And we are too close, very close to the Russian. I like Armenia in the difficulties with trying to go over that.
How do you feel about modern music? Are there any artists, modern musicians, that you listen to or have some connections with? Do you collaborate with any artists right now?
Qu'est-ce que tu penses de la musique moderne et des artistes actuels, s'il y a des artistes avec lesquels tu souhaiterais collaborer?
Je collabore déjà avec beaucoup de jeunes où je fais des duos avec eux.
You already worked with a lot of new young artists and those duets or work musically with them.
Je fais des duos en rap, en slam, en toutes sortes de musique avec des jeunes qui ont une autre culture musicale que la nôtre.
He's done duets with people that sing rap, slam, etc. And he likes to work with people, young generation, that do music different than his.
Je trouve lamentable que des artistes refusent ce qui arrive et qui va s'imposer demain.
He doesn't agree with some people that refuse to accept those new type of music, and this is the music that is going to be tomorrow's music.
Do you feel like you're influencing them? Because you are.
Est-ce que tu penses que tu les influences, ces jeunes artistes?
Je sais que je les influence, mais c'est pas musicalement que je les influence. C'est ma manière d'avoir mené ma carrière et la manière dont je me conduis dans la vie qui les influence. Je sais parce qu'ils me le disent à travers les livres qu'ils lisent.
He thinks that he's not influencing them musically, but he's influencing them about the way he made his career and the way he acts and behaves in life.
J'ai écrit 2 livres pour la jeunesse de mon métier. Dans ces 2 livres, je ne donne pas de conseils. À travers mon vécu à moi, ils peuvent trouver ce qu'il faut faire ou ne pas faire. C'est ça qui est important. Les anciens ne doivent pas donner des conseils, ils doivent ouvrir des routes.
Mr. Aznavour, are you going to sing some Russian songs in your upcoming concert?
My room maybe,
but not on the stage.
Could you please do it in this room a little bit?
Except this Gypsy Armenian Russian piece.
No, I can sing half of a song in Russian, but I don't know. If I sing, for example, 3 languages and maybe Venice in Italian, I can come also in Russian, and then you're going to have 10 crazy Armenians in the audience, like, hey, why not in Armenian too?
Right.
Crazy. Can you sing something for us?
Yeah, it's Russian or anything. French song.
I'm under 26.
No, please, a
C'était pas là, il n'y a que le piano. Only the piano is here, the piano is not here. I don't sing a cappella. I don't sing for anniversaries, things like that. Never. I sing on stage. And when we have a proposition for something, some places I don't like, we don't go.
Yeah.
It's a profession, singing. It's not only open the mouth, you know. It would have been too easy.
Ինչ կարծիք ունիք Beatles-ներու մասին եւ մասնավորապես Ջոն Լենոնին։ Beatles-ներու եւ Ջոն Լենոնի ինչ։
Ինչու մինակին ուրիշներ ադամ։
Այո, բայց
I'm open to all talents of the past and all talents of the future.
Mr. Aznavour, what advice do you have to the young singers of today?
No advice. I hate that. I hate the people who say, you know, in my time, it's not your time, it's their time, so shut up. This is exactly what I think.
Okay, I think we heard almost all the questions
To
we
end
received.
up with that, that's how I'm still here today. Because I have been close to everyone, and honestly close to everyone. I was open to do something when Kerry James came for one rap with him. I've done it, and the press says, you're doing that? Yes, why not? It's a young generation. He asked to the old generation to come. Why the old generation is not going to be open for the young generation? We have on earth, we have people on earth, of earth. Unfortunately, we are people with borders, mais la vérité c'est qu'on est des gens de la terre, comme des terriens. Et les films américains expliquent bien, quand ils viennent d'en haut, ils essaient d'arranger les choses.
Some Russian artists you admire?
For me, we're not going to talk about Rostropovich, which was Khachaturian, which was Armenian and Russian, but further than that, it's Vertinsky. I always loved very much Vertinsky, and I can say that I've been maybe influenced by his themes. Vam Deventnerzetlet, you remember the song? I wrote many songs with that approach.
Good. So, and do we have the representative from France Press?
Yes.
Bridget?
Bridget not here.
She's not here. So
But
I'm going to
this
ask
is the
her
proof.
question, because question was number one to ask, but we improvised in the beginning. The question is pretty strange, but I spoke with Maestro and he's agreed to answer. Why you still love tour and sing in public when many people in your age would prefer to enjoy quiet life with no stress?
Because I love to live.
That's it. Thank you very much. And see you on 26 on a concert. Thank you. Thank you, Maestro.
Thank you very much.
That's it.
Merci d'avoir joué.
J'habite seul avec maman dans un très vieil appartement, rue Sarrazate. J'ai pour me tenir compagnie une tortue de Canaries et une chatte.